Damien, I want to be crystal clear, Damien. Zero tension between us at all. Yo, what up, boys? Hello, hello. Howdy do. Yo, 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 yo. I'm live. Short stream. Come join. It's me tagging my Discord. Song's such a banger, by the way. I think it's from our last music stream, maybe 2 ago. Main heroine from Cute Girls Doing Things. Maybe it's older than that. Either way, I love it. Was just watching the Mogul Mail. What's up? What's up? Not much. I'm a paying member. Why am I getting ads? Don't care in my stream right now. Unfortunately, membership does not work like subscriptions on Twitch. You still get served ads unless you have YouTube Premium, formerly known as YouTube Red. So being a member does not avoid ads. But I also never run ads except for the first ad on stream because I don't have to. So I don't on streams. I'm so high. What's up, bro? I'm done. Dude, wow. You excited. I'm just hoping he rewatches that moment to figure out what I said. Joe! Joe, I DM'd you and you didn't reply. Is it a me thing, Joe? I'll DM you again. What up, what up, what up? YouTube Premium goated? Dude, the amount of YouTube I watch is absurd. Not having YouTube Premium is like, it'd be like watching Netflix with ads. I don't think I could go back. How many views do you think the Mr. Beast video will get? Do I got a mod, Tim Surd? I made a prediction when I uploaded it, and I think I was spot on. I want to re-listen to it, though. I made a 1 day, 1 week, 1 month. Dude, your room's so messy. I mean, I got, like, some clothes on the floor. It's not that bad. I will say the cat food I left out for a couple days, and I kept having ants on my hands, and I was like, that's so annoying, and I would, like, shake them off. And then I looked over, and there was a swarm of ants eating my cat food. Well, not my cat. My cat's cat food. I don't eat cat food. I don't like eating cat food. Anyway. What is up, boys? Welcome back to the stream. Sorry I'm starting a little bit late today. 2 reasons why. First of all, Cutie's sick. So I was doing a little bit of good boyfriend duty. I went to get her some food. I went to set up some comfiness. She's sleeping right now. I went to her room right before stream started to like see if she needed anything. I opened the door. Her door's a little creaky. And went, and I said, and I actually said in this one, I went, beep. Like saying, babe, in that tone. Her eyes go like this. She looks at me. She locks eyes with me. She goes, why would you wake me up? I was like, bro, what? It was the quietest. I barely did anything. And then, so that's reason 1 while I'm late. Reason 2 why I'm late. I uploaded a new Mogul Mail today. He's back, baby. And it took me 54 takes. I looked at them all. 54. Actually, 54 take Jake. I have never had a 54 take Jake ever. The title's so clickbait. Wait, what do you mean? That is what happened. The clip's in it. This is him getting swatted. Why? I think, one, I was a little bit rusty. And then, two, I didn't have as concrete of an ending. It felt really sad, but I was like, all right, it's just going to be a sad ending. Oh, your thumbnails and titles are equivalent to Morgs' ones. Thanks. Appreciate it. Where's the shirt from? I stole it from Hassan's wardrobe. Because he's a double XL, and I'm a normal human who's normal sized. Wanted Speed get swatted? Go watch a Mogul Mail! It was yesterday, though. I'm watching from the bath. Cool. Pog. Dope. Kingdom Hearts speedrun. Carl, stop asking me to speedrun. I am not going to speedrun Kingdom Hearts. Thank you, new members, by the way. Roast Beef Chief. Miguel Lopez, Poofy Boy 2006. Are you 16 years old watching me? Is that too young, chat? Not to say you're too young to watch content. Am I a bad influence on 16-year-olds? I guess you can't get much worse than, like, Andrew Tate. Don't say 16 gang. What do you mean 16 gang? What is a 16 gang? It's not a gang. All right? The only thing this gang is doing is pulling up to driver's ed and figuring out how to parallel park. Not a gang. You're in sophomore year, brother. Work on Y equals MX plus B in your gang. Do kids have to learn how to parallel park? I don't know. American driving tests are a joke.
Mod smile.
Other countries, you do the driver's test, and it's expected to fail the first one. It's wildly impressive if you succeed on the first one to get your license. In America, if you don't pass on your first test, it's embarrassing. If you fail in the first one, it's like a thing. People will talk about it at school. Which is weird because you shouldn't make fun of someone for, you know, working on becoming a competent driver, but... I don't know about the UK specifically. I just know, like, France and some other Western European countries are like that. We need new Mogul Moves merch. I got a couple things in the works. A couple wrenches. Dude, what about the r/place you'd promise you'd do? Chat, what day are we doing r/place? What day? This Thursday, we are doing r/place, probably starting at 3 p.m. I would think. Maybe 4 p.m. I have a sponsor Friday at 4:30, so I think if I do it Thursday, 24 hours, should be good. You said Wednesday? No, I didn't. Wrong. Why are you doing an r/place? Because I had this idea after the last r/place where, one, I felt guilty making anything specific to my community. So all the art that we made in r/place was art of other communities like Avatar, Cowboy Bebop. And I thought it'd be cool if we could do art for just us. Not only that, what if the art we made was our new YouTube banner? And you guys could directly impact what our new YouTube banner is and be a part of the channel for the next 6 months to a year. So that's the plan. Sorry for comparing to Morgs. It's all right, Munchie. I don't really care. Thoughts on gingers, Carson? I don't know. I think like dumb, unfunny. No, wait. I worded that. Okay, I worded that as like saying I think gingers are dumb and unfunny. I think generally referring to as a group of people with red hair, just like as like gingers and making like comments about them is dumb and unfunny. All the discourse about gingers. I don't think like people with red hair are dumb and unfunny. Google is down? What? Oh yeah, it's really slow for me. It's probably back right now. Oh! You know what's weird? For the first time ever, there are new sites that are taking Google's market share of searching things. Like Instagram has a new Maps feature that is becoming pretty popular, and then people are searching for things on TikTok. They use TikTok to search instead of Google. I'm saying this like a fucking Fox News update, like I'm 74. But I do find it fascinating that people would use TikTok to Google things. We watched the H-Rock video too. Wait, mine was actually ripped directly from Colin and Samir. I was a Colin and Samir short called Why TikTok is the New Google. Smear these nuts across your face and mouth and ass. Ever gonna do a gym stream? So I did a lot of gym streams during the subathon. Like it was probably the most consistent thing that I would do, and also the strongest I was in my life. I benched 225 for 5. First time I'd ever done that. I squatted 300 for like 4. But one thing I noticed when I was doing it is how fucking shit chat would be. Like they were so like everybody's a critic. Everybody's critiquing form. Everybody's dogging you for not enough weight, too much weight, you know, bad form, good form. And everyone has a different opinion. And I've been watching Camp Canute, which has been really cool. Like it's been, I think been really awesome to see like specifically people like Lakari, you know, like really care about this. It's something he's probably never cared about before. But I fucking hate watching it with chat open. I hate it. The chat is so miserable when Miz is live. And I think part of it is because he has so many viewers doing it, but they're tough. They're tough. I don't get it. Like it should be like wholesome, everyone banding together, and like some of it's like that, but like okay. It's here. I was afraid this would happen. But after just 1 week, the YouTube channel, which I started over 10 years ago, has changed. Four years ago, when I started part-time streaming and uploading videos, I never thought I would see the world we live in today. But all the effort, the sweat, the tears, the different shows, Mogul Money, Jay Schlatt, XQC, Pokimane, whatever idea I came up with has been surpassed by the GOAT himself. Mr. Beast is now the most viewed video on this channel. And I don't think it's coming off, boys. He owns us now. He killed us. 5.3 million. It's the most viewed Ludwig video. And I didn't even make it. Ah! Schlatt still runs us on the clip channel, though. Come on. Hey. Schlatt still runs us, baby. We still know. Hey, that's Pop-Pop. Nobody talks shit to Pop-Pop. 33 mil and 13 mil. Shee! Anyway, it's official. The Mr. Beast video has surpassed my other videos to become my most viewed video in just about 1 week. Which, honestly, I kind of predicted.
Beast video on my channel.
Check this out.
24 hours.
This was me last week, right before I uploaded the video. I made a prediction of how many views it'd get.
Hours will get 2.5 million views. No. Yes. It'll get between 2 and 3 million in 20.
So I guess it would get between 2 and 3 million views within 24 hours. That was correct, by the way.
24 hours.
Let me actually pull it up just to prove that.
2.5 million views. No. Yes. It'll get between 2 and 3 million in 24 hours.
So here it is. Here it is. Here's the views of the video. As you can see, within 24 hours, it received exactly 2.355 million views. Between 2 and 3 million views. Just about 2.5, a little under.
One week, it'll go from 2 mil. I think it'll have 6 million views in 1 week.
The actual number was 5.3 million views. So a little bit high, but pretty close.
1 month from now,
it'll have 13 million, 14 million.
Mr. Beast's video.
I think that's spot on. I think those numbers are spot on. I will say, so remember we were coming up with a thumbnail and I said I like this one more, but I called Mr. Beast and he liked the top-down one more? Mr. Beast sent me a text because the video wasn't doing as well as he wanted, and he's like, let's change the thumbnail. So we went with this one, and this is when we changed it. And look. Something also interesting is that same time, Mr. Beast uploaded his own YouTube video on his own channel, which created a spike. The exact minute that his video was uploaded, the video popped off. People are getting recommended directly after watching a Mr. Beast video, which makes sense, but I thought that was funny. Can you A/B test thumbnails? No. You can soft A/B test thumbnails on Twitter, which some people do, but there's no way to directly A/B test through YouTube directly. Services like Netflix have that, but YouTube's kind of fucking boomer in that aspect. They should. It's like such an easy thing. It would be so crazy if they did. It'd be so helpful. I like this thumbnail more. Yeah, because the thing it doesn't matter if you can see that it looks like $1 million are buried. What matters is just seeing his face. Mr. Beast's face, OP. Stop milking it. Stop being new to the stream. Welcome. What are you talking about? I milked my cat for 2 weeks. I'll milk Mr. Beast for at least 3. Come on. He's supple and full of milk. Welcome to the stream, buddy. You see his manager tweet that they edit his hair on his thumbnail so people can recognize him? Yeah, because he shaved his head. Yeah, that's funny.
Sugoi.
How much money did it make? Guess. How much money do you think this video made? It has made more money than any video I've ever uploaded ever. What do you think? It is a crazy number, chat. It's a crazy number. In 1 week, the videos gained 5.4 million views, gained me 31,000 subscribers. And made $20,000. In 1 week. Now, Mr. Beast said I need to pay him the money from the video, which I get, you know, because he paid $1 million. He wants some money back. But he hasn't asked for it yet. You know, I'm not going to not pay him back because I know what it's like to be scammed. But I'm just going to hold on to it. Like, come on, let's keep it a stack. If you put $20,000 in Mr. Beast's account, I do not think you could tell the difference. If I secretly hacked into his bank account and put $20K in there and I said, hey, look at your bank account, I don't think he'd be like, where did that $20,000 come from? He'd be like, oh, okay. That looks like my bank account. You know, so do an Amazon stream with his $20K. Amazon stream with Mr. Beast's money. Now that is milking to the extreme. I like it. I like it. Better yet, what if I gamble it? What if I gamble it all? Speaking of gambling, we got to talk about Grayson, huh? That was a bad Mr. Beast impression. Do you guys want to talk about Grayson right now? I have a final update for you all. But first, let me tell you guys all about NordVPN. NordVPN is a great service you can use to get around region lock content, but also keep yourself safe. NordVPN.com/Ludwig. Come on, what do you... I don't know, the drop happened and something took over my brain. I panicked. I need the Nord. Do we have the Nord copy mods? Can we put that in the description, the Nord copy from like a few streams ago? Is Nord actually good? It's a VPN, right? Like all VPNs, I feel like offer pretty similar services. I think Nord claims to be the fastest VPN so that you can use it while streaming or playing games, but all VPNs are generally the same idea, but they're spending massive, massive amounts in advertisements to get market share. They're probably spending maybe even more in advertising than they're receiving in revenue. So they are the top dog, and then they have no other competition to deal with, and then they can just make money without spending money. But generally, the VPNs are good for like mainly region locked content. So like if you want to watch something that's exclusive to Japan, you can like put yourself in Japan, or in the UK, you can put yourself in the UK to watch like, I don't know, the In-Betweeners movie or something. And then also to like protect yourself, which is usually not as big of a concern unless you happen to be using a network that many other people are using. You know, like if you're using a lot of like public networks, then it could be valuable. But outside of that, I don't think it's like the biggest. I feel like it's more of like a fear call to action, which I don't really believe in doing. But those are the main values of it. So it has value. I don't want to say that out loud, but sure, it could be good. Yeah, if let's say you wanted Photoshop, but you didn't want to pay for Photoshop, and you didn't want to download it on your home network. Yeah, sure, We're not going to continue this thread any further because I feel like I am now going to get in jail time, but yes. How much is it? Go to nordvpn.com/Ludwig and fuck around and find out. I would, but they show your IP at the top of it when you go to the website, and I've gotten doxxed like that before. Which is crazy that I got doxxed by my own sponsor, but... Hashtag ad. Tell the doxing story. Literally go to nordvpn.com/Ludwig. And at the top, it says your IP. And I did that, and it showed my IP. And if people see your IP address, they can like send mass amounts of data to it, so it shuts down. What's the word I'm thinking of? DDoS. It's a DDoS attack. All right, let's go back to the story of the gambler, all right? Let's talk about the gambler. This is going to be the final update of it, and we're going to upload a video on the main YouTube channel later today that wraps it up, hopefully, forever. Thank you, Tim. TubeBuddy extension can A/B test. Hold up, I want to check this out. TubeBuddy. Maybe I'll check that out. Nord doesn't protect you against Grayson. Probably not. What's A/B test? It like literally means like A/B is like one thing and another thing. So you do two things. One is A, and you post a video with this thumbnail, and then people will click thumbnail A X many times. Then you post thumbnail B, and they'll click it X many times. And then whichever one gets clicked more per view is the one you should use. I'm getting distracted. Boys! I've told you this story on stream before about how I got scammed by a man named Grayson Goss, a former professional voice actor. Recently, I have given up fucks and gone as far as calling him on stream to confront him about him scamming me. And the entire time that I would confront him, he would deny, come up with some random excuse, and eventually tell us that he's going to pay me back soon as long as he gets into his Instagram account. But I didn't buy that. And because I didn't buy it, I went as far as to get a private investigator. And I found a few other people who were scammed by Grayson as well as me. Famous TikTokers have posted their accounts of getting scammed by this guy. People with millions of followers. And I seemed to be the person that got scammed for the most amount of money. I got scammed for $56,000, technically $120,000, because that's how much I was supposed to win from the bet that was supposedly made. I was, the biggest dumbass. Now, I didn't really talk about it a lot on stream for two reasons. One, I was embarrassed. Because one, I hate admitting that I spent that much gambling. Like, even saying I gambled $50,000 does not make me feel good. I don't feel like fucking Jake Paul, it's every day, bro, with that Disney Channel flow. I feel like a dumbass. Two, it feels even worse when you get scammed about it. So I was a little embarrassed. But then the second reason I didn't really talk about it is because I thought I would just get all this data, send it to the FBI, and get this guy behind bars. But over the past couple days, things have changed a lot. Because I called Grayson. We spoke on the phone. Quite a lot, actually. We spoke on the phone for about 3 hours over the past 2 days. And I called him, and I really confronted him. Now, you guys, if you were in the stream, you'll remember when I called Grayson, he sounded very nervous. That's the thing about scammers. They're not very confrontational people. Oftentimes, people who are gambling scammers, are very anxious people who have gambling addictions, who are scamming, manipulating people to get extra money to fuel their gambling addiction. They're not confrontational. They're nervous Nancy's. And I realized when I was calling him on stream, it wasn't productive outside of him making him feel like a piece of shit. And I felt a little bit bad about it. So I called him off stream. And the reason I called him is because I had a YouTube video ready to upload. A whole story about how he scammed me, how it happened, how it came to be, in the aftermath of it all. But I felt a little bit guilty posting that without telling him. And maybe that's like, maybe I'm soft. Maybe I'm a bit of a, thank you very much, Fly Sweets. I really do appreciate that, honestly. Maybe I'm a bit soft for that. Maybe it's like, fuck him. He's a scammer. He's literally screwing people over. Let him burn. You know what I mean? But I am a softie. It is human nature. And I also have to think a bit twice about it. I don't even think I'm a nice person. I think I have an extra responsibility when I am uploading things for millions of people to view. Right? Like, and I should have that responsibility. That is the thing I need to do. I think it's a due diligence that I have to do. I think if I didn't have that, maybe I can go scorched earth. But since I do have that extra platform, I have a little more social power than other people. So I should be a little more. So I called him. In the first call 2 nights ago, I'm like asking him questions. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna upload this video. And the whole time I'm telling him, he's like, what can I do to get you to not upload it? Ludwig, what can I do to get you to not upload it? And I was like, admit you scammed me. Admit you scammed me and tell me everyone else you scammed. Now, I said that half serious. I think I would have genuinely not uploaded the video if he told me all that info. But I think I would have told him that. I think I would have used the info to send it to the FBI. I think maybe that was my secret motive. It's not blackmail. He asked me. I didn't call him and say, I won't upload it if you tell me. He said, what can I do? And I was like, be honest was the answer. And then I said, hey, you have 24 hours to let me know. And then I went, clunk. And then I went, we're watching. Clunk. Okay, I didn't do that. Anyway, he lied for the whole conversation. He lied. He lied. Nothing was truthful about it at all. And it was all. Why'd you call him? To tell him I was uploading the video. And of course, his immediate reaction to me saying I'm uploading the video was, don't upload the video. It's going to ruin my life forever. Please don't upload the video. To which, look, I was kind of a dick on this call. I'm not going to lie. Because I've lost a bit of empathy towards this human, understandably so. So when he was like that, I was like, I think I actually said at one point, I was like, shut the fuck up. You are literally complaining about a YouTube video being uploaded. I can send this to the FBI and you can be behind bars for what you have done. The amount of money you have scammed for is the amount of money people die for. In the movie Uncut Gems, it was $100K. That's what you scammed me for. I'm uploading a YouTube video. That's what you're crying about. It's a fucking YouTube video. There are convicted murderers who have jobs right now. I don't think that you're not going to be able to get a job or a job because a YouTube video came out. I think you're being a bit whiny. I think that rationalized him a bit. That was call 1. Pretty unproductive, I would say. But I didn't upload the video that day. I didn't upload the video that day because, well, I didn't love where it was at. It felt a little bit too mean. Honestly, the pacing wasn't all there. So I waited. And I called him the next day. I called him again. Did you actually lose $100K? Yeah. I actually lost $100,000. Technically, I gave him $56,000, but he was supposed to make a bet with that $56,000 that was supposed to give me $120,000. Anyway, I called him the next day. And I'm like, hey, this time, I want to know the truth. So I made a bunch of assumptions to try to figure out the story, and I think I figured it all out. And here is the story of Grayson. Here's what happened. Grayson is a gambling addict. He has scammed people before. I think it started probably a few years ago. He was a day trader, and he had swings in the day trading stock market. And out of the blue, he had an ex-girl hit him up and be like, what are you up to? They met up. He showed her that he was gambling a bunch in the stock market, in the day trading market. And the big scam that he does is that he lets off that he's able to win where most people would lose. Things like the stock market, things like the casino, you don't have an edge. With maximum knowledge, with maximum skill set, the best case scenario is like maybe a 5% edge, right? Like the greatest gamblers in the world, the greatest card counters, the greatest day traders, if they're very lucky, might have like a 5% edge. And that's even crazy. But he would let off that he has a 20% edge. That 70% of the time he is winning his bets. Right? So that's what he would do. And so it started with this girl. He convinced her that he was winning a lot of money. And so she gave him her money. And he used it to gamble, knowing full well that he doesn't have actually better odds. He just needs extra capital to gamble with. He took her money and made riskier bets with her money as opposed to his money because it's not his money. Obviously, he lost it, and then she freaked out. And so eventually, after enough time, he earned some money back to pay her back. But that's sort of the trend of what this guy's life has been. He is a gambling addict who tries to convince other people he is very good at making bets, to trust them with their money, to use their money to make outrageous bets, because he's so egotistical and overconfident in his ability and so addicted to gambling that he's hoping he's going to not only use that money to make bets, but win off those bets, pay back the money, and then keep all the profit. It's basically like taking interest-free loans based off the good faith in the lie that he is good at what he does, when neither of those are actually true. It's not good faith, and he's not good at what he does. That's the reality of what he does. And then the problem is, if you do that enough and you lose enough, you end up owing 3 people, 5 people, 10 people, $1,000 here, $5,000 here. And where do you get the money to pay them out if you're not winning your bets? Going to more people. So you have to go from swindle to swindle to swindle, and you end up with this human centipede of just constant shit that you're spewing out to everyone, lying to get money. It's basically a pyramid scheme that he is running on the good faith of other people. Ponzi scheme, not pyramid scheme. Yeah. So eventually, it's kind of like Tinder Swindler, but we didn't fuck. Eventually, I meet this guy. And I do genuinely believe when we met, he did not want to scam me. Because I think he enjoyed the aura of being the cool gambling guy. I think he liked that. I think that felt cool. And I think he wanted to win money. But he overpromised in his ability. He made up that he has some algorithm that has a 70% chance to win. In reality, I think he has a 70% chance of winning his bets because the payouts will reflect that. And what I mean by that is sometimes you can make a bet that has a 70% chance to win, but the payout won't be 1-to-1, right? So, for example, there are 34 numbers on a roulette table. You can put $10 on every single number, right? Except for 2. And there's a chance, there's like a 90% chance that you will win the bet. But the amount of money you will win is $10 because you're putting $320 to win like $340, you know? The problem is if you miss, if you hit the bad number, then you lose hundreds. So it's very, very high risk for a low reward. And so when he says he's doing 70% bets, he's lying not only to the person he's talking to, but to himself. Because the odds he receives in return for that aren't there. Right? High risk, low reward. So the guy overpromised to me. He overpromised in his ability to win. But it was okay. Because he was still paying me out money this entire time. As my gambler. And I'm going to be honest, I don't think he hasn't admitted to this. I think he was paying me out money from different bets he was making. Like, the way you're supposed to do it is I give you 10K, you use my 10K for bets. I think what he does is he pools all the money he has and all the money people give him together. And it's in one big pot, and he'll gamble freely on whatever he wants. And occasionally he'll pay people out, or maybe like partially pay them out to keep their trust. But it's not actually like well-kept books. If you're just tuning in, I'm talking about the gambling guy from Vegas who scammed me for $100,000. And this is the finale of it. A literal Ponzi scheme. Yes. He runs a literal Ponzi scheme. Now, the thing about being a gambler is occasionally you'll hit. Right? Occasionally you'll win. Now, he obviously lied. The way he postured to me when I met him is that he said he had $4 million in the bank account. He won 70% of the time. He was in threesomes every night. Giving off a life that he said was really cool. None of that was accurate. I talked to him. He said he had $3,000 to his name. And I don't think he's fucked since he was like 20. How did you buy that? Because when I met him, he was winning. He was winning. And this is what happened. I fell into a perfect shitstorm. All right, so this is when everything, all the pieces of the puzzle came together. There was a day where he won over $100,000 sports betting. Over $100,000. This is after I met him. He shortly lost it all gambling and blackjack. Everything. Because he's a gambling addict. The same time that happened, he's down bad. He gets a tip that there's a tennis game and it's probably going to be a big upset and it's a surefire bet. And so he has an idea. I'm going to hit up Ludwig, who has a lot of money, ask him in a panicked way for all the money he has to put it on this bet. And that's how I'll get out of the hole where I lost $100,000 gambling. Now, the reality is it was a little believable because he was right. It was a good bet. The tennis match was between the fourth best women's tennis player in the world against a much worse opponent in the second round of the French Open, Maria Sakkari. Her boyfriend just broke up with her and she was going to throw the match so she could go home. That happened. She did throw the match. She did lose on purpose, and she did get knocked out. It was an insane, insane piece of information that he had, because I guess he knew some trainer somewhere. But here's the problem. He asked me for all the money I had, and he said he would place that bet. This is where the scam came in. He gave me I gave him $56,000. No sports book in the world would ever take a bet that's over $10,000 on a random tennis match like that. They just wouldn't. I didn't know this at the time because I've never sports bet, but you cannot place a bet like that. It's too high. They wouldn't do it. So what he actually did is he put 15,000 of the dollars on a bet. 15,000 total. That was it. 15,000. You can't do it at least for women's tennis. You can probably do it for other sports like basketball or football, more mainstream, but not something that's as risky as women's tennis. It all depends on the line on the game. Anyway, I gave him $56,000. He put $15,000 of it on the bet. The other $41,000 he kept and he put on various other bets, random sports bets that he thought would win. If we're imagining the movie Uncut Gems, this is basically the moment where he is going all in. This is his parlay. $56,000 of bets on random ass games with the hopes of not only winning enough to pay me out, but to come back from the $100K he lost in blackjack that same week. How do you know this? Because I called him. I literally, it was actually insane. I recorded the call. I'll never show the call. Even though I told him I was recording, I'll never show that recording though. But I fucking called it bar for bar. I was like, you did this, didn't you? You did not make a, because he told me of the $56,000 I gave him that he made a $40,000 bet. And I called him out. I was like, you did not make a $40,000 bet. He's like, yeah, you're right. I didn't. I was like, how much of a bet did you make? And he does this thing every time I talk to him. It pisses me off. And I used to do it when I was a kid. You know when someone asks you something you ever meet someone who instantly lies in the first number? Like my mom used to ask me, she was like, how long you been playing video games? If she's like out and she comes back from like work, and I'll be like 30 minutes. And I'm lying on the first number because I know she'll chump check me. She'll be like, well, no, son, actually how long? And I'll be like, okay, it was an hour. Because when I say the actual number, it'll make it seem less bad, right? It's a compulsive lie to like start lower so then the actual number doesn't seem as bad. It's something I used to do as a kid, and then I grew up and I stopped being a psychopath. I still do it occasionally, and you guys might do this too. Press 1 in chat if this is you. I do it when people ask me, hey, when are you going to get here? And you might do this. You might do a little lie. You may be like 5 minutes. And the reason you say 5 minutes is because it's like it might be actually 10 and 5 sounds better. I've been trying to get better about being very honest and very accurate about those things because I think it's annoying on the other end. So I feel bad when I do it to people. But he does that. Dude, it was every single time I asked him any question, he would always lie about the first number. So I was like, okay, I gave you $56,000. You told me that you put $40,000 on that game. How much did you actually put? And his first number would be like 16 to 17,000. He always gives a range. And I'm like, no. What is the actual number? And then he would look it up and he'd be like, okay, it was 11,500 on this book, 3,500 on this book, $15,000 total. Which means $41,000 of bets were on things that I gave no permission to bet on. Totally random things. Unaffiliated with anything that I wanted to do. And his dream was the Uncut Gems scenario where he is Adam Sandler. All his bets hit. He walks away from the casino with $300,000, pays me out my money, is rich again. What actually happened is that he proceeded to lose all of the money gambling over the next couple weeks. Everything. He lost all the money. The tennis bet hit. He won about 30, 40,000 from it. But he told me that I'd won 100,000. So even though he won 40K, he kept betting to go up to 100. And he's so caught in the lie, right? He used me to make sure all his other bets were paid off, but now he has one big fucking problem, which is owing me $100,000. And he's so addicted to gambling that his plan from then on was to stall me out while figuring out how to gamble his way out of this problem yet again. But this is the biggest problem he's ever had. This is $100,000 of problem. And imagine the Ponzi scheme that would happen when a man is trying to get $100,000 gambling as fast as he can. Imagine how many people he's going to fuck over if he's trying to pay me back. He does need help. And it's really easy to feel bad for this guy. But don't forget how throughout all of this, he's also emotionally manipulating me to either feel bad to give him extra time or maybe remove the debt altogether. Now, here's a real thing that happened. He actually got beat up and mugged. He lost his phone and a couple $1,000s. But what he did from that mugging was send me pictures of himself getting beaten up to make me feel bad, and then made up a story about how him getting beat up locked him out of his Instagram account, and he has all the money there. The money's not there. It doesn't exist. I got him to admit it on the phone. Sure, he got beat up and lost $5,000 of stuff, but he used that beat up to get like $50,000 worth of value. I told him, I said, Grayson, if I was able to get your account unlocked right now, if I was over your shoulder, is there a bookie with $100,000? And the first thing he says to me, he says, yeah, there's a bookie with 20,000 here, 30,000 here. I said, no, stop. My money, my bet. Is there a human out there who you gave $40,000 to who is waiting to pay us out? And the answer is no. Sure, he has a couple bookies somewhere that owe him money from some random bets, but it's all connected to the Ponzi scheme of paying off a bet to pay 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 off a bet. The money doesn't exist. It's gone. He lost it all. Now, he admitted this all to me, that he scammed me. And to me, there's two paths to go down. Because although it's really easy to feel bad for this guy, he's done this before. He was addicted to gambling. He went to 6 months of Gambling Anonymous and Alcohol's Anonymous, turned a new leaf, and then after that, went right back to Vegas, relapsed for 6 months, and scammed a bunch more people. I think what he was honestly hoping for, I think deep down he was hoping that I would be too busy as a YouTuber, I wouldn't care about the money, and I would fuck off. He would let enough time pass, and he would come back to gambling in Vegas. I think that's what he was hoping would happen. What he didn't expect was how fucking petty I am. That I hired a private investigator and found out everything he did. Now, in his mind, the way of making this right is paying me back. But I'm scared to even have that as an option. Because getting paid back the $120,000 can only happen one of two ways. One, he continues gambling a Ponzi scheme secretly to try to get the money quickly. Or two, he gets a normal job and I'm taking like a percentage of his paycheck for the next 10 years of his life. I don't feel good about either one. And although it is a fuckload of money, I told him I do not want to get paid back. I don't want a dime. Consider the debt resolved. You owe me $0. Yeah, he fucked me over harder than he's fucked everyone over. He scammed me more than he scammed anyone. Yeah, it's a fuck ton of money. It is a yearly salary. It's a 2-year salary. It's a 3-year salary. Yeah, it fucking sucks. But I think backing someone into a corner where they owe you that much money only continues to make them make bad decisions. But I gave him two options. Option one, he tells me everyone he scammed, every single person, no matter what, and I report it to the FBI. And there's a good chance, and I can't confirm it, I'm not the fucking FBI, he goes to jail for some amount of time or goes on probation for some amount of time. That's option one. Or option two. And option two is the reality we're living in. He needs to get himself banned from every single casino in Las Vegas. Show me the proof of it, and I'm going to have every casino confirm with me that he's banned from it. And I'm going to show as many people as I can that he was a piece of shit scammer who's been emotionally manipulating people and fucking people over for the past few years. It's going to be to a point where when you look up Grayson Goss, my video will come up and he will be shown as a scammer. Yeah, that will end his life as he knows it now. No casino will allow him in because he's going to get himself banned. And he probably will never be able to do voice acting work again because the moment they look him up, they're going to find out that he's a piece of shit and they won't want him on their project. He's a public figure. When you're a public figure and you do fucked up shit, that follows you for life. But I also think it's a new start for him. And even though he's fucked me over more than he's fucked anyone over, even though I've lost more money than I've ever lost from this scam, even though I know he was emotionally manipulating me, I still feel bad for him. I still understand that this is a guy who's addicted to gambling. And if he had fucked up with someone else, I know his life would be in a much worse spot. But I hope this is the start of a new chapter. I hope this is the start of his new life. Because he can get a normal job. He can live a life free from gambling. And I'm going to make sure he does it. Because I'm going to pay a private investigator for the next 10 years to follow this guy. And if I ever catch a whiff of him ever scamming someone for a fucking dime again, I'm going directly to the FBI. And that's where we end off. That's the end of the Grayson Goss saga. It's the end of me getting scammed out of $120,000 and the path I went to take. I think a lot of you guys are going to disagree with me. I thought really hard about it. I think a lot of people are going to disagree with me. I think people are going to think I'm too soft and I'm too forgiving. But the only thing I care about is that he doesn't scam again. And I think this is the best path to guarantee he doesn't scam again, but also gives him an option at a new start. Because the guy is 23 years old. And I think when you back someone into a corner where they have nothing to lose, that's when they make their worst decisions. And I never want to do that to someone, even if I'm soft in doing it. And that's where we're at. It's not soft, it's naive. Yeah, I'm scared of that. I'm kind of terrified that I'm giving him another chance to do this again. And people won't believe me, but I will hire the private investigator. I'm that fucking petty. I will follow him around and make sure he doesn't do shit. Unless he moves to Macau and tries to start scamming people in Macau, in which case that's the Chinese government's problem. I've done all I can. What would you guys do? Honestly, what would you guys do? FBI. So there's actually three options. I gave you guys a false dichotomy. You can do a criminal lawsuit, take it to the FBI, maybe get him arrested, maybe get him some jail time. It's a little dramatic of a song there. You can also do a civil suit. When someone defrauds you like that, they lie about the bets they've made and it's all trackable. And although it's crypto, it's still trackable. You can sue him and get the money back legally. You can even do both criminal and civil suit. And then the third option is what I'm doing, which is publicly shame and watch him so he doesn't do that shit again. Now, I also got to be clear that the only reason I'm able to pick the option I picked is not because I'm a nice guy. I'm not like a super sweet person. I'm in a different spot than most people. I got to reconcile that too, you know? I'm allowed to take the high road because I'm allowed to say, oh, $56,000 is okay. I've accumulated enough wealth from streaming in YouTube that is okay. But like a lot of people, $1,000 lost ruins their life. So it's not just being a nice guy, you know? I'm in a different spot. The same way an average person wouldn't care if they got scammed out of 20 bucks. You're not going to do a civil suit. I mean, $56,000 is not $20 to me, but I think you get the point. He did confirm that he's going to Gambling Anonymous now. I half think he brought it up just to emotionally manipulate me and think he's a good guy, so I don't really give a shit until he's been going for a month. I don't care about the first day you go to the gym, you know what I mean? I care about like the 20th day you've gone to the gym. Come back to me when you've made some gains, not when you've gone.
Thanks for telling that story, Ludwig. It's inspired me to quit gambling, kinda appreciate it, glad I tuned in.
Dude, gambling's scary, man. It's really scary. I love it, like it's very fun to do. But even when I gambled in Vegas for H-Rock's bachelor party, like I can zoom out sometimes and like, you know when sometimes you kind of like see a situation you are living in from above, like a ghostly spirit, and you like step back for a moment and you're like looking around, like Avatar when he goes in the Avatar state, and you're like, oh fuck, this is going bad. I have that moment sometimes, and it's scary. Yeah, when I'm astral projecting onto the dealer. So, yo, shooter. I don't mean disassociating. I more so mean zooming out and seeing the forest from the trees. Not like a out-of-body experience directly.
Thanks for the story, Ludwig. Now that you're busy watching him, I can finally get to scamming. Smile.
All my attention's been diverted. Floyd the pig's out.
I don't think people like him learn. Coming from someone who has a family member who went through the same problems and someone had to get him arrested to learn.
Yeah, but I think what you said is a contradiction. Because they did learn, but it took an arrest to learn. I just don't think that's the only option. I think I have extra power because I have a public platform and because this guy's a public figure. Those two things change it. I am able to publicly shame someone and show the fucked up things they've done. And his job was predicated on being a public figure. So I have more options, I think, than most. I also hate the idea that people can't change. I really do think people can change. I don't like the Freudian idea that like your childhood was X and now your life is Y and you have no control over it. I think that's a very depressing way to think about life. I think it's hard for people to change. I think people generally go down a single string and it's hard to jump to other strings of the guitar of life. And it takes a big change for them to do it. And that big change can be going to jail. That big change can be a radical move. Can be a breakup sometimes. But I think this can be that change too.
My older brother finally paid my dad back after borrowing $15,000 from him to go to school, but actually used it to gamble it all away. My dad also gave him the same ultimatum to get banned from casinos and is now doing much better in life.
That's good to hear. That makes you feel better.
Hello Lud, I missed the whole context of this and I've seen others in chat miss it too. Can you give a brief context? And or at least say the name of the dude who did this.
If you want the
Thanks,
full update,
XOXO.
this stream is not going to be that long. I just wanted to tell you guys more raw, more real, everything that happened over the past couple days. It's going to be a very short stream because I had to do Mogul Money and I took care of Cutie today. She's sick. But I'm going to upload a video in like 10 minutes. Like literally 10 minutes, I'm going to upload a video that'll explain everything. So you guys can just watch the video if you want to stick around for just a few minutes. Mogul Mail, sorry. If you want to stick around just a few minutes, I'm going to upload that video. And I have to record the yard tonight anyway. So just stick around for a bit, boys.
I get the shaming.
We
I
might
put
hold TikTok
myself
time for tomorrow.
40K in debt from gambling and I have a successful career. I only stopped once I deleted my stake account and delted my crypto apps. Otherwise, it's a never-ending cycle.
Damn, Nick. Thanks for sharing, though. I think it's cool. I mean, I think it's like embarrassing to share how much money you've lost, but I think it's cool when people share it, you know? Especially if they're like creators too and they have some sort of following. Glad you're doing better, brother.
I appreciate you shedding light on gambling addictions and how important it is for someone to get help. My high school friend gambled away his $20,000 tuition payments from his payments. I hope he gets the help he needs.
Me too, brother.
If you're actually watching him, which I think so scary to think if you piss a rich guy off he can watch you, but if you're actually doing that, I think there's a good chance he will change. Some people just need that supervision.
I will be. But the thing about a PI is you don't know that they're watching you. It's not like when you have a... It's not like taking a test in a college course where they have a proctor watching you to make sure you're not cheating. A PI just follows your moves when you don't know. Might not be every day. Might be once a week. Might be once a month. Might be every day a week. But if you get caught slipping, you're fucked.
I had a friend with a RuneScape dueling arena addiction after he banned himself from all the local casinos.
There's ways that you can manifest it that, yeah. I mean, look, I flex my gambling addiction in Stumble Guys. Will you tell us if he slips up? Yeah. I mean, I'm going to go right to the FBI if he slips up.
Was using him to gamble by proxy even legal? Would you get in trouble if you reported it to authorities?
Was using him to gamble by proxy even legal? Yeah, I think it's legal. I don't think there's any... I mean, I don't fucking know. I'm not a lawyer. I don't think that's illegal. I don't think making a sports bet is illegal in the States. Are all the people who were scammed getting their money back? I tried to confirm that as far as I'm aware. Everyone has been paid back. He basically used my $56,000 that I gave him to pay back anyone he had to pay back that was left. I gave him enough money that I was the final peg in the Ponzi scheme.
Can't wait for the American Greed episode about this. Thanks for sharing the story and trying to make this world a better place. Less than 3.
It's not that noble, to be fair. I was trying to get my money back originally.
Dude, it literally takes 1 or 2 people a year to fall for his scam and either give him cash or money in other way. I don't think there's a difference just because he can talk to you and convince you he's gonna change. He is a scam artist for a reason.
I think that's fair. But just because I'm not going to the FBI now doesn't mean I can't go to the FBI tomorrow. And so if he was lying about not paying people back and the private investigator finds that out after talking to people, if he scams more people, he's not good at covering his tracks. This is not fucking Ocean's 13 or 14, you know? He's pretty shit at his scamming. And I found out a lot of the scams that were happening. So I'm not too worried about that.
Not making him pay you may seem crazy to normal people, but the reality is, he would have likely scammed someone else in order to get the money to pay back Lud.
That's what I think.
I hope he doesn't get more sneaky with his scamming or move to another location to scam people.
That's what I think too. Imagine you have $100,000 to pay. You would always fall back on the one way you were able to get money quickly.
Honestly, I don't have that kind of money, so losing
Flight,
like
don't
you
feel dumb.
said,
I appreciate it.
1K, I would probably file a lawsuit.
I shouted it out.
However, if I was in your exact position, with your platform and such, I would do what you did, despite how scary it is.
I don't know. I think generally I err on the side of being soft and giving people chances where maybe I shouldn't. I did the same thing when the guy DM'd me on Instagram and said he was going to fucking murder me and like rape cutie. Especially when they're young. I think I'm especially soft with young people.
I was 100% considering starting gambling when I turn 18, but this is definitely steering me away from that, so thank you.
Oh, you guys don't know about this? I tweeted out this a while ago. I think I talked about it on stream. But when I was beefing with Aiden Ross, some of his fans DM'd me some heinous shit. And one of the guys who DM'd me had his profile picture as his sports team, like his football team. And his following list, I was able to look through it, find the high school he went to, find his principal. And I screenshotted all the heinous shit he sent me. And I had an email drafted up to send to his principal. But rather than sending the message to its principal, I sent him the screenshot of me with the email. And I said, yo. And then obviously he immediately apologized and did what all dumbasses do. He's like, I didn't think that this would come back to me, or I didn't think you'd see it. I didn't even know this is your account. But I never sent it. Because more than likely he would have been suspended from his school, cut from his team, and I just feel bad when people are young.
You've probably already thought about this, but what about blackmail laws?
What do you mean? I don't think blackmail works that if I find out a person is scamming, I cannot report their scamming. We are talking about like sending his info to the FBI if he's scamming more people. That's not blackmail. Blackmail is if I'm like, I will report this to the FBI unless you suck me dry or something. I'm saying I'm going to report it if you do, like, if you scam again.
Hey Ludwig, the first, really appreciate you for platforming this story. It gives a scare and insight into the dangers of watch out for messenger betting laws.
Oh.
Hello Lud, what if he hires a pie on the pie so he hides his actions?
He hires a private investigator on the private investigator. He's fucking poor right now. He's gambled all his money. I think he's living with his family and he has a couple $1,000s to his name. He's gambled everything. He has no more money. If you guys don't know anything about this, a video is being uploaded in 2 minutes. Hold up.
I no longer will be gambling. Instead, I will be taking up better recreational activities, such as getting all 4 special skins in Stumble Guys.
How much was the PI? It was,
How much does the pie cost?
I feel like that's not my info to share. It's the PI's info to share, you know? It's not that bad. You can look up how much a private investigator is. They're not crazy.
Off topic,
3.14.
but why is the donation set only at $10 if it's going to the mods?
I don't want anyone to donate more. I don't like getting too much money from any individuals. It makes me feel bad.
Consider Nevada's State Bureau of Investigation before the feds. They can handle the criminal activity as well as make sure he can't step foot in any more casinos.
Can consider if he doesn't show that he's got himself banned from all the casinos. But I think a self-ban's a good idea.
Thanks for sharing your story. Although you may think you have the option to reserve the right to pursue a claim of fraud against Grayson, the statute of limitations may say otherwise. Please talk to your attorney before you lose your right to a trial. How
Fair.
have the other victims been involved in all this?
It's mostly been looking at who he has scammed and then trying to find the list of people. If you want to do a TikTok time, why not start with this video? I don't think I'm doing a TikTok time, Lucelyn, but thank you.
You should have asked for the best head you ever go to pay you back.
That's blackmail. If I'm asking someone to give me toppy sloppy in exchange for not reporting them, that I feel like that is wrong.
Ludwig, you are one of the only streamers I genuinely respect. You make me feel safe. I sincerely hope that every Ludbud takes after your example. Thank you for being a decent human. Less than 3.
I think I'm just a human. I don't feel like I'm especially cool. I just don't think I'm specifically bad. And it feels like more and more the people who are specifically bad get more attention.
You're a good guy. I'd have taken his 1 cap.
Never mind, I'm a good guy. 2 people said it. If 2 people said it, it's a pattern.
Gambling culture here in Australia is crazy. Whenever you watch any sport, there are more ads for gambling than anything else, and all the teams are sponsored by different sports betting agencies.
Sad and cringe. Australia's getting fucked right now by gambling.
Off topic, but can we peep the new watch from Atriox's bachelor party?
Oh, I don't have it downstairs. It's upstairs, so I can't grab it right now because I put it away. But I'll show you it online. It's the Grand Seiko Spring Season. This guy. It's a classic style watch. Buttery though. All right, hold up. I gotta upload this video. Chat, I'm gonna go through. Please, no more donations. I'm not going to play any of the more Okay, everyone's donating right now. I'm not gonna play them. I'm just gonna scroll through them and read them because it's too. I'm getting too many. You and Saikuno have made a big difference in my attitude and the way I live. Thank you for it. Thank you, Joseph, for the nice words. Saikuno is the GOAT. Definitely don't make him give you sloppy toppy. Okay. Thanks for the story. I will ask my rich friend for $56,000 to gamble, hoping he forgives me. Okay. Sucks that people don't ever have the brains or resources that you have to be able to combat people like Grayson. Yeah. Well, to be fair, most people also don't have the stupidity and the resources to get scammed out of $50,000. So, goes both ways. Did you say you won't pay Mr. Beast? Well, that's a different... you're allowed to scam really rich people, guys. That's how it works. Scamming is immoral unless you are scamming people that are super rich, and then you are Robin Hood, and that is cool. That's the way it works. And I can't be rich because I give all my money to my fucking moderators. These succubuses. Lazy. When they're bringing their mods, they're not bringing the best. Boys, thank you so much for watching today. I know it was a really, really short stream, but this is probably the last time I'm ever going to talk about this, and I didn't want to update or upload the video without giving you guys the full context. Right now, I'm going to be uploading the video.
Fantastic.
I've just pushed it live, how I got scammed and lost $100,000. Should it be how I got scammed out of 100? No, out of is a weird term. Yeah, like that. Video is live. How I got scammed and lost $100,000. Go check it out, boys. The title of this video... Sorry about the short stream today. It's, again, Cutie was sick, so I was taking care of her a lot this morning. I had to go get her some soup. Tylenol, all that good stuff. COVID test, she's negative, which is cool. Still sad she's sick. And then I did a mogul mail, so... But I got 2 YouTube videos for you, so maybe that makes up for it. Either check out this video right now, boys. It explains everything about the scam, how it started, and how it ended. It even contains a clip. I asked Grayson. He said it was okay to put it in. Because even though he scammed me out of 100K, I still wanted his permission. But he said I could put it in. So it even contains a clip of him admitting he scammed me. And then I also uploaded a mogul mail on swatting. Because that's been a problem recently in the past week. And that's all. I have to go record the yard, and I want to go see the sunset. So I'm headed out. Appreciate you, boys. I'll be back tomorrow. We're going to do the Dolly stream, where Dolly's the website where you can make AI art. And we're going to do AI art versus real art. I think that's a cool idea. And then I think we're going to help Hassan look over his YouTube channel. And then Wednesday at noon, we're streaming with Porter Robinson. He's going to teach me how to make music. And then at 2 p.m., we're doing a huge multiverses tournament with Jerma985 and other people, but all you guys really care about is Jerma. And then Thursday, we're doing the 24-hour stream of r/place. It's going to be super fun. And then Friday, we have an Uno event, a sponsored Uno event. I think Ray, Saikuno, and Cutie and Lily Peach are doing it. That should be fun, too. So a lot of things happening this week. Big week. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Sorry about the short stream, but I think it's a cool week, so maybe that makes up for it. Peace. Go watch a video now if you want, or not. Up to you. Bye.